So I know what you're thinking. Dude, you're going to be showing Warframe gameplay over you talking about RWBY Amity Arena? And that is yes, and that's just because I don't have any way to capture any gameplay of RWBY Amity Arena. So, why not just, have me playing another game? Why not? So yesterday I popped in, or I so yesterday I decided to play some RWBY Amity Arena, and I just kind of wanted to give my first impressions and thoughts on it, and hopefully, I can get the game going in a better direction than I think it is. Uh, because there are aspects that I do like about it, and there are aspects that I don't like about it. So let's start with the pros. It definitely has the feel of RWBY. Definitely feels like it's a part of the show. Definitely feels in that universe. Characters definitely feel in character. For example, the RWBY that I have is, the area of effect girl. Just kill all the weak ones. And menus are very pleasant to look at. So there's like all sorts of stuff that I do like about it. The menus are very slick. And the music is top notch. Definitely a RWBY type experience. Now this is something that I've also kind of got to add, and I am worried that this might change. None of the characters that I played feel underpowered or overpowered. They do feel like everything's balanced. Now, of course, some things are a bit more effective than others. And the games are quick, and they do require you to be smart in how you play them. And this is a very good problem for a game to have. And that is, there are so many characters that you kind of can't decide which ones that you want to take with you. And that is a very good problem for a game to have, because, all sorts of different team setups and all that stuff. It's something that should always be a problem to have in this kind of game. And that is something I will give the game a lot of credit for. Now, that's pretty much all the good things that I can say about it. Definitely feels like RWBY, sounds like RWBY, plays like RWBY, and there's all sorts of and nothing feels like it's out of balance. But that's about the only things good that I can really say about it, because I do have plenty of gripes here. First thing first, there's no story mode, like Dissidia, Opera Omnia, or Shin Megami Tensei Liberation DX2, which are both mobile games and free to play at that, and they are really good mobile games. In fact, I do recommend playing those. Dissidia, Final Fantasy, Dissidia, Opera Omnia, and Shin Megami Tensei Liberation DX2. If you have not played those are games I recommend. Now, this game, if people claim that this game is pay to win, I don't agree. However, I don't disagree either. Because paying does give you a significant advantage, far more than it should. The loot boxes, they do net you far too much, as opposed to if you're just playing normally. Now, here's one of my biggest gripes with the game. The keys need to be reworked or removed. Now, how do keys work? After you win a game, you have the option of spending a key to open up a free loot box. And usually this stuff gets you like 2 or 3 cards, which then, you can just do whatever. Usually it's 2, plus a thing of the in-game currency lien. However, the thing is, every time you open one up, it does cost a key, and and you can only have 5. Another thing with the keys is that when you use one, they do come back. However, it takes 3 hours to get one back. And that is just no. Alright? The keys need to be reworked or they need to be removed. There's the way that keys work now is unacceptable. And I mentioned Lian earlier, which is the in-game currency. That's not like, you know, the special premium currency. Now, Lian, in my opinion, does not come in large enough quantity, because I didn't do the average because I didn't keep track, but I have noticed that I'd be getting like 3 or 5 per game. You know, if I spend a key, by the way, because you know you can't get it without using a key, which is the reason why keys need to go or be removed. On top of keys needing to be used to claim rewards, if you lose, you just simply don't get anything, so you have to win. So with the Lian, I haven't been getting much. They simply do not come in large enough quantity, and that needs to be adjusted. And this is also further compounded by the fact that, in my opinion, things cost too much Lian to upgrade or to buy. That's simply just... It's just simply bullshit. And especially considering that you can just buy Lian for real-world money. Then again, you have to, you know, get the gems, the premium currency, whatever it is, the dust, whatever. So Lian is pretty much fucked over. There's no balance there. Things cost too much and you don't get enough. Now, in my playtime, I've also had a couple crashes of the game. One of which had to have me completely reboot my phone. And I also didn't write this down, but the game did get kind of laggy from time to time. Though that might have been just a last night thing because I did play it last night. Now, one of the big things here is depending on prices, and I'm not sure exactly if this is limited time or whatever, but depending on prices, the loot boxes can cost $10, which is just no, just a big no. Now of course, I found this out by, you know, looking into the store, and I did notice that it was like, because the loot boxes I'm talking about are 12,000 gems, 1,200 gems, and you can buy things for $10. However, it looks like there's a special like opening week deal where they double the gems, so it's really like $5. But I don't know if that's going to change. But all I do know is that for 12,000, it does 1,200. It does seem to have a $10 price tag on it, and that just gets you one of the really good loot boxes. However, that loot box is $10, and that is just a big no-no. And gems aren't given enough in large quantities. Gems aren't given in large enough quantity because so how it works is you can there's certain bases that you take during the game. You do that, and then you and every time you destroy a turret or the main thing, you do get anywhere from 1 to 3 little gem things, dust, crystals, whatever. And if you get 10 a day, then you'll get a well, it might change every day, but yesterday I did get 3 of the premium currency for free, and that would be fine if things didn't cost so much on the gem front. Gems just simply aren't given in large enough quantity. So ultimately what my opinion is, the game is fun. There's no doubt about that. The game is great game. However, it needs to change its monetization strategy. And that is simply because things cost too much and you simply don't get enough of it. And part of it is really just because keys exist and they just fuck over the player. So that's my thoughts on RWBY Amity Arena, and it's definitely a game I do recommend playing for every now and then. However, if these changes don't get introduced soon, I'm probably going to delete the game. Now, of course, on the company front, the business end, they're probably not going to give a shit. However, I can see this impacting a lot of people's enjoyment of the game, and that is why that I think that it does need to change the monetization strategy. So, if you guys agree, disagree, want me to do more reviews on games, let me know. So, see ya.